Happy Thursday morning, everybody. It is Chamber Check-In time, and today I have President, CEO of Bank of Idaho, Mr. Jeff Newgard with us today. Hi, Jeff.
Hey there, Paul.
Hey, thanks for taking some time with me this morning. I know it's early. I know you're not even in Idaho, and I just want to say thanks for carving out a little bit of time to learn more about Bank of Idaho and you.
Paul, you have me anytime you want. You and Bill at the Chamber, anytime you call, I'll stand up and be ready.
Awesome. Hey, this excuse me, this Chamber Check-In series is one of those things that we started during the pandemic. You know, chambers shifted their sales and did things differently. And this was a way that we could engage with our members and share a little bit about their programs and services. And right now, I'm happy to say, Jeff, our membership is over 1,870 members today. And so it's a beautiful thing. We're kind of trying to go back up to where we need to be. And it's with customers and clients like you that help us get there. And also, I get to thank our series sponsor. Delta Dental signed on with this sponsorship when we started this program. And I'm going to share a fun video from their Tooth Truth series. But Jeff, you know that overall health starts with oral health. And they have a cool tab on their website. And it's their oral health resource page. But first, I'm going to share a fun video. Here we go.
Cavities are 100% preventable, and most plans actually cover those routine cleanings at 100%. You're going in and there's nothing out of pocket for you. Get your teeth cleaned. It feels so good.
Absolutely. Thank you, Delta Dental. Now, Jeff, I was on your LinkedIn page this morning, and I saw that you spent a good amount of time in Central Washington, in Yakima.
Yes.
And I was born in Sunnyside, Washington, and my mom graduated high school from SELA.
Oh, gosh. That's great. I didn't know that.
So bring me up to speed a little bit on your work history, when you got started in the financial industry, and get us to where we are now.
Okay. Well, in let's see. It was right out of grad school. I was looking for a job, and I had my MBA, freshly minted, ready to go, and I was eager, and it was hard to find a job. It was in the mid-90s, and people that were looking at me said, well, you've got this MBA, you're just going to want to move up. We really don't have an entry-level position. And I would start at the bottom. I just wanted to get in. So I looked around, and there was a pretty sophisticated job at what is now Banner Bank. It was First Savings Bank. And it was a financial analyst position, analyzing interest rate risk. Funny, we're in this position today with rising rates. Well, that's where I cut my teeth, was modeling rate environments and the effects it would have on our business, and doing it really by hand. It was back in the DOS days, which makes me feel like a dinosaur, but that happens. Anyway, it was a great way to enter. Early on, I had a dream of becoming a CEO of the bank. And the reason was I saw that there was a need to create a culture that really valued the people on the front lines. I noticed these CEOs were in their ivory towers, and they took care of each other, and they went out and played golf, did their thing. But the people that were doing the work really didn't get that appreciation and didn't get that support. Right. I remember early on in my career going to get a cup of coffee, and the CEO showed up. He'd hardly talk to me because I was too lowly on the chain. And I don't think that's so much the case today. I think, we as an industry and as corporate cultures go, in general, things have probably improved. But that was kind of what spurred my interest. I thought I can make a change here. And so I really kind of back engineered it and said, okay, what things can I do that will prepare me for that? So I studied certain things. I every night would think about what I could do to get in a position to have that chance someday. So at 32 years old, I became CEO of Yakima National Bank.
Wow.
And it was a $40 million bank, Yakima, Sela. So we took over the old Dairy Queen.
Oh my.
That was our two horse branch bank, is what I call
Wow.
it. And
Wow.
I put every single dime I had into the bank. I borrowed money and put it in, bought stock, and went for it. We tripled the size of it over about a 8-year period or 10-year period, and then sold it to a bank in Seattle, Home Street Bank. And that these are the branches that I'm buying now through Bank of Idaho. That's the foray in. It's some of these leases on the buildings still have my name on them.
Oh wow. Wow.
Especially the Sunnyside lease has my
No
name
way.
from the 2010. I just looked recently. Yeah. So it's
Okay.
really, really unique to kind of come back to where I first became CEO, got my chance in the business, and serve the people that I know so well over there. They're just like good Idahoans. They're hardworking. That's why I think we'll fit in so well over there.
I love it. And that was announced. How many branches are being acquired?
5.
5. Okay.
So we are buying 5, and then at the same time we're starting another branch in Pasco with an old team of mine that worked with me at Yakima National Bank, and getting the band back together.
Wow, that is so cool. Will it be a Bank of Idaho brand?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And,
Okay.
there's a couple of different ways you can go there. You can either go with Bank of Idaho, or you can go with XYZ Bank, DBA kind of thing. That's not us. We are just who we are, and I'm not going to fake anybody out and try to pretend like we're some local bank based in Washington.
Okay.
We're Bank of Idaho. So we're
Okay.
going in. and I think it'll fly well because of the integrity behind it.
I love it. Well, now that we're on Bank of Idaho topic, tell
Yes.
me about when did Bank of Idaho start here?
Yeah.
How many branches? And tell me about your team.
Sure. So let me go a little bit before, because I think it's kind of interesting, is that we founded in 1985 as Bank of Eastern Idaho. So we didn't pick up that name, and Bill Rigby and a group of local business people in Idaho Falls started that bank. And then we bought the Bank of Idaho name in 1999 from First Interstate. They had acquired Bank of Idaho, I believe how it goes. If my facts aren't correct and somebody can correct me, I'm open to it. It's best I could piece together. So in 1999, Bank of Idaho, I think it's the best thing that the founder did, short of founding the bank. And then in 2019, when Idaho Independent Bank was being acquired, we saw that as an opportunity, because I so respected what they had done in the Treasure Valley. I admired the Gustavalls. I admired the teams that they had built. But then when they were acquired by First Interstate, funny enough, we saw it as an opportunity. So we raised capital. We brought in an equity partner and entered that market with one branch that now has turned into 4. And we've been on a major growth streak about ever since.
Well, I remember when you came and visited us, it was one of those things that you don't see very often. What's not, hey, what's in it for us? It was, hey, how can we help you? It's so refreshing, Jeff.
Well,
So refreshing.
that's honestly our secret sauce. One of the pieces of our secret sauce is, and we're doing that in Washington too. There are branches up in Eastern Washington that don't have chamber memberships.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's the first thing we're doing. We're going to go and make some friends, and that's how you do business. Is I never go in trying to get an account or trying to get some business. I just go in trying to make some friends and try to help out I found that business just pours in if you just do that honestly. It's amazing how that order really matters.
Jeff, you're you're exactly right. And you live it as well. I know when I run into you, we could be 200 yards away, and your hand goes up, and your smile is wide, and I just love that.
Oh,
Joe Albertsons used to do the same thing. He would see you
did
across the aisle in the store, and he would just look at you and wave. And it was one of those cool things where he did the common thing uncommonly well. And I think that's what you do, Jeff, and
oh,
your team with Tyler and others on your team. They do the common thing uncommonly well. So you can use that. That's a good one.
I really like that. I appreciate that. Thank you. And
Yeah.
I my dad for that. He taught me the best thing you can add in the world every day is a smile.
Yep.
And how important that is. He said, nobody wants to see a frowny face. He said, that's
Yeah.
ugly. So he said, smile. It's better for everybody.
I love it. So where are you at? Are you in where you're headquartered at?
Idaho Falls is where we're still headquartered. The board moved me in November to Boise, so that's where I sit most of the time. And you
Okay.
know me, I don't sit a lot.
Right.
I'm around and about everywhere. But we have really enjoyed coming to the Treasure Valley. I love it. I love the pace. I love all the cool people I'm meeting.
Right.
There's just so many. And so many new people coming in. That's a great opportunity to meet because they want to meet new people, friends too. So it's been a really great opportunity.
That's awesome. Okay, so you have 3 Treasure Valley branches. Is that what I'm hearing?
No, we just opened a new one, U.S. Bank, former U.S. Bank branch. They're pulled out of a few branches in the Treasure Valley, and we picked up one of them over on Fairview.
Okay.
Yeah,
So you have 4
Yes.
in the Treasure Valley. Okay. And then let's talk a little bit about your community stewardship.
Okay.
Because I think that is what we're getting at here, and how you're entering the market in Yakima is kind of the same thing. Tell me and share a little bit about your team's and Bank of Idaho's community stewardship.
Sure. Well, it's actually the third. You wouldn't know this, but it's kind of the third most important thing. And you might think that's strange. Third? What do you mean? Well, number one is our employees. I focus on them first. Make sure that they're taken care of. Make sure that they are being able to grow and thrive. And you got to take care of home base first. That's number one. Number two is our customers. And we don't sell things. We look for needs. And whether it be a referral to a good doctor or a good plumber, they might be customers of ours that we can then introduce and network. We love doing that.
Yeah.
But it might be a banking need. That's fine. We see helping people as what we do. Banking is simply a vehicle to do that. So that's number two. Number three is then the community. Once you have happy employees and engaged employees and happy customers and successful customers, then we unite those two into the community. And the way we look at community service or engaging in the community is anyone, and I say that in quotes, anyone can write a check.
Right.
That doesn't take a whole lot of effort. It just takes money. It's another thing to give the most valuable thing. Warren Buffett says he has all the money, in the world basically, and yet he cannot buy time. It's the one thing. It's the most valuable thing. And so we donate our time. I always say a check with a handshake and a smile and being engaged shoulder to shoulder in the community, actually making a difference. That's it. That's where the magic begins. That's why you'll see in a lot of our activities, we show up. And that's part of our culture. Is not good enough just to write checks.
Right. I love it. I love it. Well, and we've seen it firsthand. Well, there was something about this PPP loans that were going out to all the businesses as a
Uh,
community bank. I can't even imagine how many hours, copious amounts of time involved in that. How did that go over, Jeff?
Gosh, that was an amazing thing to watch. When we first got into it, it was one of those things where I knew we had to do it. We didn't have a lot of time or a lot of decision-making capability. Uh, I had a nervous team.
Oh,
There were
yeah.
people around me that weren't quite sure that that was the right call to make, and it was. I think it's one of the few times in my career where I didn't have time to bring everybody along, nice and easy. I said, "We're taking this hill. I'm sorry you don't like it. I'll talk with you about it later, and you'll understand. I just don't have time. I'm sorry, but we got to go." And we went into it full bore, and they stepped up. They said, "Okay, Jeff, we trust you. We're with you." And they worked their tails off into the night,
Wow.
early mornings. Tyler Kropp, I remember him pulling an all-nighter to get an interface with our website to make it easier for customers. And we did a tremendous amount. We did over 100 million, but
Wow.
it was incredible. And my team was bloodied and battered. And then they said, "Okay, we're going to do round two." And I thought, "Oh no, my team is going to kill me." And I thought, I don't have the heart. I don't have the heart to tell them we're doing it. So I went to them and I said, "I'm handing the keys to you. What do you want to do?" And immediately they stood up and said, "We're going to take care of them.
Wow.
Not, I'm not going to do it for you. It's, I'm going to take care of the customer." And it just, man, I tell you, it brings tears to my eyes today, just how the groundswell of support for our small businesses. It told me that our culture was in the right place, and
Yeah.
that what I'm saying to you, how we really care for our customers, was true, because you can't make that up. It's
Yeah.
just who they are, and they're
Yeah.
just a wonderful team. So then it kind of sparked an interest in SBA. So we stood up an SBA department as a result. And our goal was to be number one in the state of Idaho in SBA lending. And we're going to go do that in Washington too.
Wow. Well, effort and attitude, I keep saying it. It's one of the most important things. And kudos to you and your team for climbing that hill together, right?
Uh,
Hey, I just want to say a few things as we close. I'm going to scroll your website on the bottom of the screen here and open us up a little bit here,
yeah.
Jeff. Bankofidaho.com has a ton of information about the bank, the history, the people. I know you're probably hiring as well. So if you're looking um, for, for a great place to work, check out Bank of Idaho, as well as you sit on our board of directors. You take
Yes.
part of that. You're a big advocate for cybersecurity, and not only the financial industry, but for businesses as well. And so thank you for your stand on that. Interstate Air Service. I know that you were part of that committee to
Yes.
get us connected and making sure that Eastern Idaho connection with Boise and North Idaho is all connected. I love that. And Capital Campaign, that you also helped us build our building as well too. So thank you for that. Jeff, is there anything else while I have you that we missed that you wanted to share before we leave?
Well, I'd say one thing with that intrastate air service, that you're referencing the flight from Idaho Falls to Boise. Uh, that was, I had an old, well, he was my first chairman at Yakima National Bank. He said an overnight success takes 10 years. And that flight from Idaho Falls to Boise took about 8 years. So, and I can't tell you how many times people told me, "You're just wasting your time. Don't put your energy in it." As a friend, they would say, "Just don't waste your time. It'll never happen." And I don't know why I didn't give up, but I didn't. And I would just encourage other people. It might take 8 or 10 years, but don't give up, because and and the other thing is, let's support it now. Now that we have it, let's use that thing.
Yep.
Get out of your car, get on the airplane, and make sure we can retain it.
I think that's so important. You know, you're speaking to the choir here. In the chamber world, things take time. They take the time that they take, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. And if
Jeff,
you're not a member, become a chamber member. It's a wonderful thing, and it does benefit the business community. It's a great network. I'm a big fan,
awesome.
especially this one. You have a
Right on.
special thing going.
Jeff, thank you so much for your time today to plug in with me and help share the Bank of Idaho story, a little bit about your work history, and have yourself a wonderful 4th of July weekend.
Oh.
And I look forward to our next 10-minute martini we can have.
I would love it. Me too. Can't wait.
Okay. Bye.
See you.